This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Clearwater Police and Fire and Rescue evacuated South Beach 3 condominiums at 1460 Gulf Boulevard yesterday after cracks were found in a structural pillar beneath the building. Although there was no collapse, the evacuation was carried out starting around 3:55 p.m. About 60 residents were escorted out of the 12-story building, which was about 40% occupied. The Red Cross assisted those needing shelter. Multiple agencies, including the Pinellas County Technical Rescue Team, responded. A private contractor and engineer were on the scene by about 9 p.m. Stabilization work will continue today. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, but the Florida Education Association says teachers aren't feeling very appreciated by the Florida government. WMNF's Chris Young reports the state's largest teacher union says the Florida legislative session has failed educators.
Andrew Spar, president of the FEA, says policy failures from the legislature have contributed to low test scores by Florida students.
Well, we need more money. There's no question about it. And the proposals that they had in Tallahassee that they're working on, that both the House and the Senate passed, but couldn't agree between the two chambers, does not have enough money for public schools.
Spar in the FEA called on the legislature to increase funding by $1,000 per student. He also says public schools have taken a back seat this session.
We continue to see public schools sacrificed in order to promote vouchers and charter schools. And since 80% of students attend public schools like they do in Hillsborough County, that puts our public schools at a disadvantage.
The legislature considered many pro-charter school bills this session, including a bill to ease the conversion of a public school to a charter school, which passed both the House and Senate. Lawmakers extended the session until June to finalize the budget. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Florida lawmakers have sidelined a bill that sought to change how university presidents are selected. The law would have required state universities to convene a search committee when appointing a president. That included interim appointments. Natalie LaRoche-Pietri reports.
Both the House and accompanying Senate bill have received strong bipartisan support. Last month, the House favored it, 104-8. After that vote, Governor Ron DeSantis said in a news conference he would veto the bill if it landed on his desk.
If passed, the bill would have also made it so lists of university presidential candidates would be open to the public. This legislative session has been extended to June 6th as lawmakers remain in budget talks. The University of Florida's sole presidential finalist addressed students yesterday during an on-campus forum. Sophia Dinka has more.
Dr. Santa Ono joined the head of the Presidential Search Committee, Rahul Patel, and Student Body President John Brinkman in answering pre-approved questions. Ono, currently the University of Michigan president, repeatedly stressed the importance of UF's affordability. He also broached DEI. Ono said his decision to roll back DEI at Michigan was based on data and evidence that funding was getting lost in bureaucracy rather than going to students and faculty.
It's the American thing to do to support all students. Not just some of the students.
One of those students is David Hilferty. He wasn't that happy about the structure of today's forum, which only had about 10 to 15 students in the audience.
I think I would have liked to see more students here, and I found it interesting that they didn't do any open Q&A. That was probably a deliberate choice, given the last student forum that was here with President Sass. But I thought that a lot of his points were really great, but I wish he would have gone into it a little bit more. A lot of his answers were pretty vague.
The student forum was one of multiple ones throughout the day, as faculty, staff, and administrators also had the chance to learn more about Ono. In Gainesville, I'm Sophia Dinka.
Real ID requirements for those flying within the United States begin after more than 20 years of delays. Starting today, travelers taking a domestic flight and using a state-issued ID to get through security must have one that meets federal Real ID requirements. Homeland Security Secretary Christine Noem assured people yesterday they will be able to fly after clearing additional identity checks. The Transportation Security Administration warned people who don't have identification that complies with Real ID requirements to show up early and be prepared for advanced screening to avoid causing delays. Thunderstorms this afternoon with highs around 90. Clouds and possible storms tonight with overnight lows in the lower 70s. Partly cloudy tomorrow with possible afternoon storms and highs in the upper 80s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.